Hello, my name is Eve and I like to talk about disturbing books. Today's video is going to be a little different because I'm just going to be focusing on one book that I recently read, and I'm just going to be doing a deep dive into it because it's an anthology book, so that means it's a collection of short stories, all extreme horror, all splatterpunk, all very interesting. And I usually stay away from anthologies and collections of short stories because I feel like there's always like one or two or half of the stories in the books that I just don't fucking like. If you hear my cat screaming, he wants to go outside and he's not allowed to go outside. If you hear water running in the background, I do have a turtle tank and my dishwasher is running. But let's get into the book that I'm going to be talking about. It's called Scraps, and it's by multiple different authors. Judith Sonnet, the author of No One Writes for Free, put this together, and every single story was a fucking hit. Say hi. Okay. So Scraps is a collection of short stories, and there are so many authors in this book. It's just fucking wild. I did take notes. I took notes on every single story. So it opens up with oral fixation. Also, if you don't want any spoilers, this is not the video for you. I am going to be simplifying these stories down and kind of spoiling some of them. I'm not going to be diving into detail about the story, so it's not completely spoiled in my opinion. But if you don't want any giveaways of what's going on in the stories, this is not the video for you. I'm going to be talking about them, giving you what happened, like a brief summary, and I'll be pointing out my favorites as well. I think it's probably fucking all of them. So, open up with Oral Fixation, which is a story about teens who are on a trip. They get kidnapped by a serial killer, and they get essayed, brutally tortured, and it's by this disgusting guy. It was just absolutely wild. I would love to see this story expanded, maybe talk about how the serial killer became to be, because there's something definitely off about any serial killer, but especially this one. He was really fascinating to me. Filth. This was one of my favorites. It's essentially this guy. He has a very special kink that he's kind of ashamed of. So he goes to this like whorehouse, strip club, brothel type place, and asks the owner, hey, do you know anyone who is interested in doing this? I will pay top dollar for it. And the guy points him to a lady, and he tells the lady what he wants, gives her some money. They go to a room. They start pooping. Talking, there is she poops on him, she pees on him, he poops on her. It's just poop everywhere. That one was disgusting. Book of Revenge. A sigil in a book causes whoever looks at it to blow up. Blow the fuck up. Blood and guts everywhere. Very unique story. I haven't seen anything like it, and I really enjoyed it. Sober. A woman gets drunk. She drives, she kills an innocent person. She's an influencer, and after that accident, she tells everyone that she's sober, but she's not. She's not sober at all. Her help, like her maids and her butler, essentially trap her in a room and force her to get sober. When she gets sober, she thanks them. She's like, thank you so much. This is what I fucking needed. We're like, yeah, we're bringing in your parents. You've been really good. You're clean. You're sober. We'll allow you to see people, because she's been like trapped in this room. Bring in her parents. Spoiler alert. They reveal that they are actually, her butler, her maid, are the parents of the woman that she had killed while she was driving drunk. And it gets fucking messy. The ending to that and Oral Fixation really got to me. Absolutely amazing. Next one is Rita. This one was so sad. So Drake's wife tells him he should get rid of his dog for the safety of their son. Drake doesn't want to. Rita, the dog, ends up killing their son brutally. So he takes the dog to to a cabin. It was really heartbreaking. It was really brutal. It's fucking sad, dude. I literally have it written down in big letters. Sad. Because what the hell? Next one is called FF. Oh, this one was wild. I remember this. A woman gets her baby ripped out of her for this guy named Tyler. Assault. He's basically using these kids as fleshlights, and he wants the kids like straight out of the mom's womb. A man who worked at the hospital was getting the fetuses for him. It was just a really bleak, brutal story. That one, I would like to see that one in a book by itself, like really dive deep into the characters, because what the fuck? Fuck Tyler. Wet hair. Marjorie is a single mom of 2 who is overwhelmed and overworked, and her kids do nothing to help her out. And she's fucking frustrated. She locks herself in the bathroom, and she's like having a mental breakdown because everything is so fucking dirty. She's cleaning out a clog while she was getting ready for a date, and she's like, I can't do anything with these kids. I think I need to cancel the date. She's cleaning out this clog, and it's like clogged with hair, and the hair like possesses her. It's giving that scene from The Evil Dead when those things crawl up inside the girl and possess her. It was giving that. From there, she just tries to kill her kids. It was gross. I literally put gross, Evil Dead type shit. Bone meal. Rob and Jennifer are newly rich because of an app that Rob made, and they live in a large home in a gated community. They are realizing that their neighbors are acting a little weird, like watering the yard at night and like crushing up dead animals and all this stuff. They realize that maybe this isn't the place for us. Their neighbors invite them to a gathering, and they show how to like feed the yard. It's a cult. It's a cult. It was wild. It was giving, Midsummer Hereditary type shit. Loved it. This is a long title. Regurgitating menstrual seepage at the Spittoon Saloon. This one was very interesting. 2 cowboys go to a whorehouse after they get paid to get laid. They don't have enough money, so they enter a contest to get a woman for free. And the contest is basically the woman gets to say whatever she wants kink-wise, and they have to do it. Including like digging up a dead body, having sex with it. It's really brutal kinks. She turns out to be a succubus. It was very, very fun. Very original. Amateur surgery. Loved this story. There was a story like this in Ecstasy of Agony. So if you liked this, you'll probably like Scraps. Amateur surgery is 2 kids are watching fucked up videos on Milton's phone, which is one of the kids. Teddy and Milton says that he has a fucked up video game for them to play. Teddy takes care of his disabled mom before playing the game. Milton hooks up Teddy to the game, and Teddy is being bullied at school by a guy that used to be his best friend. When Milton hooks him up to this game, he's like, you can customize this character, person who you're doing surgery on, to look like anyone in the world. So of course, Teddy makes it look like his bully that used to be his best friend. And Milton explains that the game, you can do anything. You can rape the person, you can torture the person. It's like cathartic in a sense. He creates the character to look like his ex-best friend / bully, does some grotesque things to this animated character, and then the police show up. And it's really fucked up. It was so good. I loved the ending of this one. It was fucking wild. Putrefying malediction. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. My English is not very good. This family, the dad is a creep. And one day, while family is all at school, a girl gives the daughter of the family a doll. And the men in the family start rotting away in a grotesque fashion. This one was fucking weird. It was very interesting, and it feels like something that I need to reread because I feel like there were a lot of like signs and hints at the beginning that you probably don't understand until the end, and it's very much worth rereading. This whole fucking book is worth rereading. I need a physical copy. And then it ends the book with Fetal Backwash, which is one of my favorite Judith Sonnet books. I did a review for it, a full deep dive on TikTok.